Hello, and you're in the Muzu sessions on location in the Black Box. I'm here with Michael Fuller from AIM. Michael, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
That's good, that's good. What's brought you to the Unconvention this week?
Well, I was involved in Unconvention in Manchester, which was at the back end of Inner City.
Uh-huh.
And it was originally started by a couple of our member labels. You know, AIM's a trade association, and we have about 850 member labels, and two of the labels, Humble Soul and Fat Northerner, were very into setting out Unconvention. I said I'd give them some support over here as well.
There was a couple of guys come over as well from the label that you just mentioned.
Fat Northerner, yeah. So it's just really just giving them some support, and you know, I think it's a good thing. They're trying to get something going on the DIY side of things, and well, you know, whilst AIM, we have DIY labels ourselves all the way through up to some of the largest indies as well. So
that's what it seems to be like the what you call it, the not the genre, the feel of the whole convention is that it's all gone DIY.
yeah, I mean, I think DIY, it's an interesting concept. What does it mean? And I don't think you know, at the moment, you know, you can have a record label. And there's various stages. You can do everything yourself, you know, and that would be complete DIY. And you know, there's probably stages along the way to doing nothing really, just doing your music. And so you know, it's great. You know, the technology's out there. There's some great music out there, and you know, let's support what people are doing.
Okay. You were mentioning to me out there about a little project that you've got going, which is something that I think is great. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, I mean, especially in the last couple of years, there's been lots in the news about the, you know, the problems surrounding gun and knife crime that's happening in you know, across the UK, particularly in London as well. And I'm trying to establish a project whereby we're working with kids, school age, probably sixth formers and below, whereby we're trying to get them to develop their own audio visual productions. But I'm coming from a music background, so I'm taking the opportunity to actually perhaps introduce the concepts of copyright whilst I'm working with them. But you know, just basically getting them to do their own audio-visual productions and just get it up online and try to, if you like, channel their energies into something positive and try and get a positive message out there.
Is it just fully through the schools that you're doing?
No, it's a full range because we're working also with the youth offending unit, so some of the kids involved there have obviously had troubled backgrounds, but we're also working with you know, whoever shows an interest at schools. Some of those guys will have problems, and you know, but you know, I think the key thing is that I did an assembly back end of last year, and they were all so enthusiastic. Oh, where do I get started? How do I get involved in this? So we're at the sort of planning stage, and hopefully we can get something up and running in the not too distant future. But it is about them wanting to express themselves and just hear what they've got to say. I probably, you know, when it comes down to things like this, you know, it's just another project. And but you know, everyone talks to kids. Let's hear what they've got to say themselves.
And what's the name of the project?
The project's called YEAHPOD, YEAHPOD. Okay. And it's just early planning stage at the moment, but you know, definitely have to get it up and running.
And it's solely focused on London at the minute, anyway.
It's going to be launched initially in London. We're launching a pilot scheme, and it's an opportunity because of my music industry background. I can get music industry guys to input. So we're trying to set up a
guest speakers and stuff like that.
Yeah, but more of a mentoring side of it. So come and get the guys down and
with them.
Talk to the kids, and just they can talk about their music background, and obviously I can get them to actually help out with their, you know, the kids on their music.
It also gets the kids like to be more engaged in it as well. If you have someone coming down that they might have heard of or something that they actually respect them.
Yeah, hopefully it can inspire them, and you know, it's a two-way street. So it gives the guys in the music industry an opportunity to try and give something back, and you know, as you said, hopefully it can inspire the kids and say, okay, you know, look, you know, the worst thing I think people can try and do is preach and just let the kids. If you like, take the lead in a way, but the idea is that ultimately, you know, we've got to be positive. You know, we're there, I think, to try and help facilitate. We don't know what's going to come out of it. You know, you don't go into these things trying to change the world, but hopefully, if we can actually establish some type of platform where they can actually have some fun.
Yeah,
they can. You know, music is an integral part of most people's. Everyone's into music, and we can have some fun, and they can actually say, okay, wow, this is something that's of interest. I didn't know this was possible, and hopefully we can get into them really.
Excellent. Well, I think that's probably about it.
Great.
Cheers for coming.
Thank
you for talking to me.
No problem.
And hopefully you'll see some of the videos up on Muzu soon. Cheers.
Thank you.